Welcome back, guys. This is WCW. Of course, you are watching Rise today on KUTV, and I hope that you are having a fantastic time this morning. Now, as the show was starting, I promised you that you're going to be entertained this morning, which I believe so far you have been, that you're going to be educated and you're going to be informed. And right about now, we are jumping into that informative segment on our first launch, and I have a guest with me to help me disseminate that information. But even before we do that, I have asked you to text in, to comment on Facebook and tell me what scars you have and what stories that they actually tell, and how you overcame stigma, how you have overcome stigma, of course, because of those scars. Now, my guest today is going to be talking about a skin condition. A skin condition, she has actually emphasized, it's not a disease, it is a condition. It is actually called dermatomyositis. Yes, dermatomyositis. We have practiced that pronunciation with her because I had to make sure that I have gotten it right. But she is here. I want her to introduce herself to you guys, and then we will dive right into this conversation. Hi, Santa. How are you?
I'm fine, thank
you. Yes, I have to say first, beautiful name. Beautiful name. You. I was going through, then I'm like, oh, okay, I would use such a name. I want you to kindly introduce yourself to guys at home and tell us about dermatomyositis. What is it? And then we will dive right in. For someone who is watching this for the first time or coming across this information for the first time.
Well, my name is Santa Lucy.
Yes.
Fungaroh.
Yes.
I'm 21 from Uganda, a student at Makerere University.
Yes.
In my would-be final year,
yeah.
But then the pandemic happened,
yeah.
So we're still home for lockdown. A survivor of a very, very unique condition called dermatomyositis.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a disease because
yes.
diseases are contagious,
yes.
and conditions are not contagious.
Yes.
So it's a condition.
So most importantly, it is not contagious.
It's not contagious.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Dermatomyositis
yes.
is an autoimmune skin condition
yes.
that affects the muscles, the skin, the tissue, and the nerves.
Yes.
It's caused by your own body mm-hmm. fighting itself,
yeah.
and which is a result of your immune system being stronger than your body.
Oh,
now,
okay.
in my case,
yes.
my immune system was so strong,
yeah.
and it didn't get in contact with germs to fight, no bacteria, no viruses, yes. So it ended up fighting itself.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. I hope you guys at home, that was a very informative short introduction. So we have gotten what dermatomyositis is about, and now we want to delve right in. Know how long she has been battling with this condition. Of course, we will go through her ups and downs because she has conquered a lot people. So we are done. We are good with the basics. Yes, we are good to go. Sawa. Santa, when were you first diagnosed with this condition?
I began falling sick in 2005, mid 2005.
Yes.
But I would say I was diagnosed early 2006 because 2005 to 6,
yes,
we were moving in and out of hospitals looking for what is wrong, because
yes.
I'm the second medically registered case in the country.
Yes.
And it made me sort of an experiment,
yes,
because doctors would come in mm-hmm. and they don't know what they are doing. So I was diagnosed early 2006 mm-hmm. and hospitalized for over a year.
Yes.
Because they had to manage it, suppress my immunity, and bring me to that level of, at least even if I don't have proper medication,
yes,
I am not going to die.
Yes.
I would live with it.
Yes, they can actually give you sustenance even if they have not found a way to get you out of
I was actually put on steroids, uh-huh. which are, I should say, life-saving while life-threatening drugs as well.
Yes.
Because much as they help you live, put down your immunity, you're now very immune to very many diseases.
Yeah.
And for a person like me who had a very strong immunity, I didn't have flu, cough, malaria growing up.
Yes.
I actually began getting them when I was now really, really old enough.
Yes.
Yeah.
So as I was going through this condition, I was reading through, and it affects mostly people in their 50s, in their 60s, but can also affect young children like yourself in such areas. Can it be prevented?
I don't know about the prevention, because mm-hmm. if it's your body fighting your body,
yes,
then it's really something you don't have control over.
Yes.
And yes, it attacks people that are between 30, 40, 50 years
yes.
of age. And among children, it's 1 in 3 million
yes.
that get the condition, which makes me literally a celebrity, because yes. I'm 1 in 3 million.
3 million so people. That is a lot of people. So you went in and out of hospitals, finally hospitalized. A year later, take me through that
So
journey.
I was in and out of hospital for a long time. Then when I was finally diagnosed,
Yes.
I spent a long time because I was very fat.
Yes.
I was purple in color.
Yes.
I was swollen.
Yes.
I couldn't eat. I was feeding through a tube. I couldn't do anything for myself.
Yes.
And it slowed me down a bit. It deprived me of my childhood.
True.
I really didn't get to play as much, and somehow, somewhere, I began resenting kids.
Yes.
But then I had to overcome that because I realized I didn't call it upon myself. I put my troubles upon innocent souls.
Exactly.
It's not like I would do anything to them, but just
You'd
seeing
feel-
them would like haunt me a little.
Yes.
And it made me sad in a way. So when I went back to school after being in hospital, of course I wasn't fine, but I wasn't like everyone else. I used to wear a pamper to go to class. Then I would not play. My dad would like carry me to class. Then once he puts me to sit on the desk, the time he comes to pick me is where he has left me is where he'll find me.
Yes.
Because obviously I could not stand on my own. I couldn't do anything for myself.
Yes.
And from age 5 onwards, I've been in and out of theater. I have had surgery after surgery after surgery. It no longer really scares me going in because it's become part of me now.
Yes.
It's like, this is something that is part of me. This is something I have to live with.
Yes, and she has found a way, guys, to live with it, and she has found a way to bring in different campaigns for even different people, not just herself. So she has really, when she says she has found a way to live with it, she definitely has. Of course, we're going to talk matters financial constraints, but before we get there, how did you get to deal with stigma, especially when growing up and even now?
When I was in primary school,
Yeah.
I don't think it was really stigma. I think it was them not knowing what was going on for the kids because they are young, and I really wouldn't blame them. But when I joined high school, that is when I met the meanest of humans.
Yes.
People that felt like they've made it in life.
Yes.
And I had to deal with all sorts of names like animal print and some other bitter things.
Yes.
But then it strengthened me because I am who I am, and there's nothing you'll say that will put me down, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to be in your face and you have to deal with it.
Yes.
People say things about me that on a normal, if it was being said to someone else, I believe they would have opted to either drop out of school or maybe end their lives. But then I looked at myself and always said, if I chose to end things, then who is going to pick up the mantle for the rest?
True.
People called me contagious. People didn't want to be with me. Teachers, students.
Yeah.
I was practically a loner, though I had a handful that I called friends that were like real to me.
Yes.
And over the years, it's been someone saying this, and then you have to find a way around it.
Yes.
And truth is, people will always talk. People will try to rate you, define you, and break you. But how strong you stand is what defines you at the end of the day.
Yes.
And as for me, I wear my scars with pride.
Exactly.
Because my scars to me are a badge.
Yes.
They are a mark that I defeated death and I came out victorious. And there is nothing that anyone will say that will bring me down, because dogs will always bark.
Exactly.
But if I stand to throw stones at all of them, I won't get anywhere.
Exactly.
I'd rather pick up the insults and use them as a stepping
and
stone.
move on. Where is it that you draw most of your strength from? You know, most of your conquering spirit. What was the turning point that you realized, by the way, I cannot let this get to me anymore? And where do you draw your strength from?
I'm not going to point out to a particular event because there have been quite many that have really shaped me.
Yeah.
I think I've gotten hardened over the years.
Yeah.
But then looking at people that have had conditions like mine, you know, they said my condition doesn't have a cure.
Yes.
But I've seen people with it getting cured.
Yes.
And it has led me to believe that God gives his battles to the strongest.
Yes.
And he definitely had a plan for me. That's why he gave me this condition, because he believed I was going to use it for activism.
Yes.
So seeing people win with various painful conditions, mine is just physical. But there are people out there that have emotional scars.
True.
I look at international models like Winnie Harlow.
Yes.
She has vitiligo, a condition that she has used to sew her up.
Yes.
I look at our international model Amber Serene.
Yes.
She has Stevenson's Millions condition.
Yes.
Her skin burns, it peels.
Yes.
Currently, she's partially blind
Yes.
because she lost her sight.
Yes.
And seeing people like that come out and be victorious.
Yes.
Why not me? Why not be the first in Africa? Why not be the first in Uganda to do this? Why not be the first in East Africa to tell a story that is going to inspire people and change very many lives?
Yes, and you actually have, because I want you to jump right in and tell me about Santa Lucy initiative and what motivated that. And of course, you have had a couple of initiatives, but let's just start from Santa Lucy. What it is that was the motivation behind that, and what did you hope to accomplish?
Well, the Santa Lucy initiative is something that started out last year. Fully last year, but then it came up in 2019 under Rotary Club. They actually gave me the idea, but I didn't like build it on so much because I felt like, okay, it's a Rotary Club, they're having this as a branch of their club, and I'm like, oh, fine. Then during lockdown last year, I began fundraising for my treatment because I felt like it's time for me to try and get to where I want to be. So I began fundraising, a Power of 10K campaign on Twitter, and I ran it under the Santa Lucy initiative, which is an initiative that advocates for mental health awareness, fighting against stigma and body shaming, because of my condition, I am tiny, and most people think I'm underweight, but I'm actually heavy. I'm 50 kilograms. I may not have the flesh, but my bones are heavy. So people tend to call me all sorts of things. Then I look at myself being tiny, and then they are body shaming people that are like fat. And they're calling people names. Oh, you shouldn't wear this, you're not supposed to do this. So I use my initiative to be a platform to voice out issues that should not be addressed in certain kinds of ways. If you feel like you have an issue with someone's body weight, mind your business. It's their lives. It's not your body. If you feel like I look some certain way and you don't like how I appear, look the other side. The world is so big for all of us to fit in. You can go east, I'll go west if you feel uncomfortable with me. So basically, the Santa Lucy initiative is to raise awareness, fight stigma, and also help other autoimmunes out there, because I believe there are very many with my condition. But because society tends to point fingers at us and look at it as a condition that is witchcraft, a curse, a burden to society, so they can't come out. So I'm using this as a platform for people out there to voice their issues. They can actually reach out to me and we'll help them.
Yes, I hope you guys out here, even if you have a kid that is struggling with this skin condition, that you can actually listen and reach out to people like Santa who are willing and full-hearted, willing to help. I feel like this is the time. What are some of the misconceptions about dermatomyositis? Because I feel like some people stigmatize others, not really out of lack of knowledge, because when someone thinks it is contagious and it is not, that is just like, it is out of ignorance is bliss, so what are some of those misconceptions about the skin disease?
The first is, oh, you are contagious. This is not contagious, because if I was a contagious person, I don't know how many people I would have infected. I am the touchy huggy person. All my friends know that. All the people I actually associate with know I am really, really touchy. Not the bad touchy, but touchy. And it's not contagious. If it's yours alone, it's going nowhere. And then secondly, there is no way you'll get to know if you have myositis until you go to hospital, because for every person it comes in its own different form. But the only thing I can tell you is, be rest assured of muscle weakness. You won't be able to sit on a flat surface. Like, I don't sit on flat surfaces. I don't run, and it's painful. You have to learn to accept pain. Another misconception is people thinking you won't have kids because you have this. Now, let me clarify this. You can actually have babies. Like, I'm going to have twins, like 4 sets of twins. When the time comes.
All right. So you have a plan. You have this organized.
You can have babies, so you don't think of yourself being barren or anything. And the other misconception is the fact that people think that you're not human enough to be with them simply because you look different. I got unlucky, my skin burnt out. But there are people that have it and their skins are fine because they got onto treatment earlier than I did. I got onto a treatment plan really, really late. I began getting treatment last year.
Yeah.
So for about 15, 16 years, I lived with this,
Yes.
and my skin was getting worse over the years. But now that I can get fine, why not explore my options?
Yes. Amazing. I want us to jump right back into the 10K, into the power of 10K and the fundraising, and tell people about specifically or about the power of 10K under Santa Lucy initiative and how they can contribute. And even before we jump to that, I think we start with the finances. How expensive is it to actually manage? Because I think that is what we are doing here. Manage as we look for treatment about myositis.
It's really expensive because now back home in Uganda,
yes,
on a weekly you have to spend about 500,000 because you have to buy sunscreen, you have to have these medications, and you know, medications for autoimmune conditions are not things that you'll walk into a pharmacy and get easily.
True.
I have surgery that comes today. You'll walk into hospital to see a doctor. They'll be like, oh no, we have to remove this. I have calcifications, which are wasted muscles. These are deposits that have to be removed constantly.
Yeah.
And then the power of 10K is a campaign I started in Uganda.
Yes.
10K Uganda shillings, not
Yes.
Kenya shillings.
Yeah.
Which is an equivalent of 300 Kenya shillings. So I started this campaign in April last year, 28th of April.
Yes.
And I was able to raise 23 million for my Uganda shillings.
Yes.
For my first review, which is an equivalent of about 450
Yes.
Kenya shillings. This enabled me come the very first time. The second time we had to fundraise again because I literally have to fundraise. My parents are not able to do it. I don't work. I am a student.
Yes.
And they're like other family needs. So you don't expect your parent to give you all that money to come for treatment, yet there are other pressing needs.
Yes.
So this is something I decided to do on my own. Of course, with the support of my family.
Yes.
So Power of 10K Uganda has so far raised 60 million Uganda shillings plus. I'm not sure with the figures because we've kept on spending via treatment.
Yeah.
And I had surgery 2 weeks back on my hand, as you can see.
Yes. Then
my leg and then my ear.
Yeah.
And it was all Power of 10K, and then I also started Power of Kenya shillings 300.
Yes.
I call upon people to support me because it's really expensive. I can't give you an estimate of how much my treatment is because my surgery alone went overboard. They had given us an estimate of 250,000 Kenya shillings. It went to 330,000 Kenya shillings. Now imagine a person like me who had gone with fixed money.
Yes.
And then you're given an extra bill.
Yes, that you did not plan for.
I did not plan for.
Yes.
And you have to begin thinking, oh my God, where am I going to get the money?
Yes.
And I have continuous surgeries. I have reviews that have to keep coming because the condition can be cured.
Yes.
But it is a gradual process. It's not something you'll wake up in the morning and say, this is this, this is this, this is this.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's something that requires a progressive, like continuous funding because the surgeries are happening right about now. She has surgery. You are still going to undergo another surgery.
I have another surgery coming up actually.
Yes.
And this one is going to be quite complex.
Yes.
I have a calcinosis right on my ear here.
Yes. Would you tell guys at home what a calcinosis is? Just for understanding. Yes.
These wasted muscles on my palm.
Yes.
These right here, these are calcinosis. So they have to constantly have to take these out because they get painful. Yes. They hinder your movement. Now on this hand I had 11 taken out of here. Yes. Then I had 3 taken out of my leg. Yes. Then I have this that was taken out, but they only took out a little bit of it because it's deep. Yes. It crosses the 3 main facial nerves. Yes. So in case of any mistake, I can get paralyzed on my right side, begin drooling, my right eye won't close, or even I can die because
but you will not.
If you cut it wrong, it's going to stop flow of blood to the brain.
Yes.
So what they are going to do for this next surgery is they are going to split my skull and my jaw to pull out the calcinosis, then try and stick it back. Yes. It could be fatal, but I won't die. I'm still young to die.
Yes, you are still. Guys, she is only 21.
Only 21.
She is only 21. You have a long life ahead of you. So guys, for these surgeries, and they are continuous, they keep coming up. We need cash flow. Yes, and that is the fundraiser right there. It is Kenyan shillings 300 bob, guys, is not a lot of money. Do we have how do guys send the money in?
The poster doesn't have my my Kenyan number.
Yes.
But my Kenyan number is 0790
Yes.
60
Yes.
20
Yes.
63.
Okay.
The name is Fungaroh Santa Lucy.
Yes, Santa Lucy.
I repeat, 0790 60 20 63. You can reach me on those numbers. Any amount matters. People say I don't look the pain that I talk about. That is because I've learned how to conceal my pain.
Yes.
I can't sit out and cry and let people know how I'm really, really feeling inside. Because how about that person that is looking at me as a ray of hope? If I break down and cry, what is going to happen to them? But it is a really painful condition because you can't do things that people are doing. You can't run. You can't be out in the sun as freely as the others.
Yes.
My skin itches. At times I get out of bed and there is pieces of me on the bed. And you really see from dust we come to dust we return.
Yes.
Because it's painful.
Yes.
I appeal to everyone that is really willing to help, those that are going to call for moral support, but please don't refer me to witch doctors.
Yes.
Because there are people that call to tell me to go to, there is someone in Mombasa, he can give you a herb, he will give you this. Please don't refer me there. I am Catholic and I believe in God.
Yes.
When the time is right, this will all end.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Well, guys, like you have an opportunity here to be a blessing, to Santa. I want to repeat that number: 0790 602063. 0790 6020 and 63. Just in case this number you have missed a digit or two, Santa will give us her social media handles, because I believe online, on Instagram, on Twitter, she will keep posting those numbers, so you will get to actually see and be able to support as little as you have. It is it is actually power of about 300 Kenya shillings, but if you have more, please give. You have less, just contribute. Any shilling will definitely go to a good cause. All right. Finally, as we conclude, I wanted to ask, are there proper and reasonable healthcare practitioners in Kenya? We are looking forward to having a cure for this condition. So do you feel, are we getting there? Are we somewhere close to even getting there?
You're actually there.
Yes, amazing.
In Africa, there are only 2 centers that treat myositis that are known of. That is Aga Khan University Hospital and then a hospital in South Africa. Then the other centers are in Denmark, USA, and in Canada. So for Africa, you guys are on top.
Yeah.
That is reason why I came here. I've been getting treatment here at Aga Khan under the care of quite a number of doctors.
Yes.
My rheumatologist is Dr. Fred Othieno.
Yes.
My dermatologist is Dr. Khan. Then I have Dr. Rope Saini.
Yeah.
Then my surgeon, because I do plastics, because my skin doesn't stretch out that much.
Yes.
That is why I have to have plastics, not for plastic surgery, but because the plastic surgeons know how they can cut something and then bring back the skin to close up with ease.
Yes.
So my surgeon is Dr. Boka. I don't know his other name, but he's a nice guy. And I'm proud to say that from November last year when I began treatment to July this year, I have come really, really far.
Yes.
Honestly speaking, my skin is improving.
Yeah.
I've so far only done the oral medicines because I haven't started a plan for my skin as yet. Reason being, it makes no sense me treating my skin now, yet I have these things that have to be operated. Why treat skin, make it fine, yet you have things inside that will need to be cut out. So right now we want to remove every other bad thing that was out. It heals and we begin a treatment plan for the skin as well.
Yes. Amazing. I like that. So we are treating from inside out.
Yes.
Yes, which I think is actually a good way to go, because we can treat all we can see, but if there are still issues inside, we'll have a problem.
True.
Finally, social media handles.
My Twitter handle is pretty hard. It's you can just search for Santa with the scars, or simply type in the hashtag power of 10K. It all leads down to me, but my handle is at Bosbe Omobwati.
Yes.
So I'd prefer you go with Santa with the scars for Twitter.
Yes.
Facebook and Instagram is Santa with the scars.
Yes.
We typically reply all messages immediately. The Safaricom number is not on WhatsApp.
Yes.
So you could send a text and would reach you on the WhatsApp number.
Yes.
It's a Ugandan line. But please don't forget to help me. Continue supporting the treatment, because it's not something I asked for.
True.
But here I am now asking for help, because I need to get fine.
Yes.
I need to be the ray of hope.
Yes.
I need to be that person that you see, oh my God, Santa did this, I can do it too. So
yes.
support me and let's walk this journey together. And by the way, I'm also a model.
Yes.
I do modeling. I model for Words Modeling World, Uganda. So if you feel like you want to have a print model and you're out there and you're watching, here you are. Yes. Here is a chance.
So you can also give Santa opportunities as a model. That is amazing, because that is also another way to get you out there, to get more people to see you, to see what it is that you do. So guys, also with modeling agencies, and you look at Santa and you think she'll be the right fit, contact her.
Thank you.
Yes. So that has been Santa, guys. Remember to support. We will have that poster and that sorry that WhatsApp number, that Kenyan number, we will have it on our social media handles. But for now, we want to take a very short break. We will be right back with the second lounge.